Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to The Next Normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, and you might not know this, but we just started The Next Normal back this year. That was a highlight. You know, we had to relocate from our property in McLean, Virginia. Then we found this property about 3.5 years ago, and long story short, Sister Gita, everything is moving and we just couldn't get the studio together. But now look, today was the year. I wanted to just spend the day with you and just reflection and gratitude. Just can't believe that a year has passed by. I even dressed up for you today to just celebrate the year with you and just gratitude. You know, so much happened in a year for many of us. And sometimes when I do a reflection, I ask myself, really, did God, did Baba really do all of that through me this year? I can't believe it. And what is it that I wanted more of this year, which I didn't get? Maybe I'd love to have had more time with my mother. Everybody would. Maybe I would have loved to have raised the money for the Meditation Museum so we could expand it more and do more. We didn't. Maybe I would have loved for a donor to believe in the meditation on wheels so we could even expand to 5 or 6 or 10 vehicles to just saturate the Washington metropolitan area. That was a vision that I had for this year. It didn't happen, but I'm here. God has been good and kind as He always is, and she is. And surrounded by beautiful people with beautiful hearts. I mean, really nice people. People who are really trying to be the best. And for those of you who have been with me since we started, I think we started in April. When I got back from India in March, I think it was in April that we started up Next Normal again. We had the Next Normal going every day when we were in McLean, if I'm not mistaken. And we used to go live, but that was in the evening. It was, Santosh, it was 7 to 7:30 in the evening, I think. 6:30 to 7:30. We used to spend an hour together in those days. And now we shifted it for early in the morning from 8 to 8:30, which is generally right after my morning class that is offered at the Brahma Kumaris centers. First and foremost, thank you. I think on behalf of all of us here, we want to say thanks to especially our regular, consistent fans who have come on just about every day, who didn't miss one show. Because of you, we continue. That was a highlight for my year this year. So thank you. That stands at the top of the list. Didn't know that, did you? And so as I kind of look at how we've done for the year, I'm asking Santosh to help, so we gathered pictures. We ended up with how many? 680 pictures of the year of activities, and we were like, there's no way we could put a video of that together. We're just gonna have to miss some. I don't know if I'll be able to put it all in order, but I'll do my best. But at the beginning of the year, there was an effort to create a talk show in Vancouver, Canada, which was called One Love with Dr. Sister Jenna. And so I went to Canada and we filmed 14 segments in 2 days. And at this time, we're looking for a network in order to pick up the show and purchase it so that we can go national or global and make it into something that's very spectacular. I met some of the nicest people in Vancouver. I also attended as a keynote speaker the Grow Your Business Women's Summit It was my first time being in that particular area of women empowerment and in that particular area of Vancouver. And Reverend Ivy was with me on this trip, and she and I did a riveting segment of Let There Be Light. And even in the One Love television show that we've now have as a product for a network to pick up, Reverend Ivy is also my co-host, and I have to tell you, it is sweet. And I wish I could show you. I might have a little trailer, which I will maybe just give you a little peep preview. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sister Jenna.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I want this show to give us answers. I'm excited to introduce my ride to die best friend, the amazing, incomparable Dr. Reverend Ivy Hilton. One Love is all about bringing people together, bridging divides, opening up our hearts, beginning to find the answers to life's complexities. You know, sometimes they say the drama of life or the universe gives you lemons, but you kind of know how to make some good lemonade.
You know, you go through life and you do what you can and you try a little harder and you get a little tired, but then you wake up when you hear a story like you just told me.
Yes. That's amazing, right? It's exciting. I know it's a little secret. Maybe not anymore, but it's a little secret. And then, of course, we went to India and spent some time there, where I had the fortune of speaking at Daeji's summit with various spiritual leaders of India, and meet my beautiful sister, President Draupadi Murmu of India, and just talking about how we can raise the vibrations on the planet. How can all of these religious and spiritual leaders work together to make the world a better place? You might see me right there somewhere in the corner next to some of the other spiritual and religious leaders. It was at that summit, actually, I bumped into the Nizam, the Prince of Nizam in Hyderabad. What a character. I like that brother. We went to his home and he took us around his kingdom and he showed us how his mother, his father, his brothers, and how they, you know, have so much property in Hyderabad and what to do with it and what is his next move. And we had a really serious talk and chit-chat about that. It was a nice one. I think what's going to help me to kind of keep my memory in check is if I try to scroll through the memories. So when I got back from that trip, it's in March. April, we started the next normal again. And we've been with you live every day, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 8:30. And again, heartfelt thank you to all of you who have been with me every day. In May, Mom passed, and that was on May the 4th, 2024. She was surrounded by love, so much love. I'm looking at the images now, and Santosh will put it up from the day she came home. And you know what was fascinating? I was in Vancouver. I was filming for another segment. I went back to Vancouver for another event, another talk. And that's when I heard that she wasn't doing so well, if I could come home immediately. So I got the flight the next day. I came. I was with her. Every night and every day, the family was in ICU with Sister Gita. And Santosh, remember, ICU only allows 2 people. We were no less than, 7, 8? Yeah, almost 10. We were no less than 7 or 6. We were no less than that in the room. But I have to tell you, what touched me the most was when the doctor spoke to me and I had asked him, please take care of her. She's very special. And the doctor looked at me and said, oh, we know she's somebody special by just the people who come to see her daily. And I just took a step back and I thought about all the people in our life and how beautiful they are. When she came home and she just looked at everybody with love and gave us love through the eyes, and she just said, Baba, be with me, Baba. She took her last breath surrounded by love. It was an incredible occasion, incredible time. So what I actually did is that I included the Sister Gita effect shortly after, with the intent to keep her energy alive. So throughout the year, we did a lot of events outside, different projects, programs. We went to different places. America went through a lot with just recently with the presidential campaign. Vice President Kamala Harris came on the world stage after President Biden handed over the leadership to her to run with it. I tell you, so few of leaders in power would ever surrender their power to someone when they knew it was even at a high risk. I have to tell you, that is one of the things that struck me very high this year, the real quality of leadership. So we went to LA actually, and I was filming for an upcoming movie called Frequency of Miracles. We actually met them in Paris, where I was presenting the fashion show. That's another story. I'll tell you that later. But whenever I'm in Los Angeles, I always invite a caravan of people to join me at Michael Beckwith's Agape Spiritual Center and my own center. So I must have taken about 20-something of us. But whenever I'm there, Michael always invites me up on the stage to give a message. So I gave a meditation and a prayer for peace and harmony. That was really what I felt deep in my heart. But you know, when I had to keynote at Lama Tashi's Buddhist ashram. And so we had back-to-back meetings the whole day. And 5 of us are in this car. We're having like a girl trip. We walked into Lama Tashi's monastery. I swear to you, it was like I was in Tibet. And the program had ended. And Lama Tashi says, no, the goddesses have arrived. And he had me keynote to the people that were left behind. And that was powerful. And while I was in Los Angeles, the beautiful Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum participated in the Thanksgiving Day Parade in Montgomery County. They had a ball. You should have seen all 30, 40 of them just walking like angels through the space, and you'll see how they marched, and they had these inspiring messages, and every time they passed by someone, people would actually read the messages. And would you believe, a lot of people actually came to the Meditation Museum after the Thanksgiving Day Parade saga. I visited one of our branches in Milpitas, California. Fantastic space, ran by Sister Kusum. Massive, massive facility. And she's doing such a great job there. So we had a wonderful time there. You know, after the election, there were a lot of uncertainties, and I was invited on Armstrong Williams' news outlet of some ABC channel. And it was interesting because I did like a 10 to 15 minute segment, and then after that, he had asked me to come back because he wanted me to talk more. This is somebody who's been very, very vocal about his support for Donald Trump and the campaign, and also his feelings about the previous or the current administration. And he asked me a question is, you know, why should we be civil to one another? I must tell you, I let him have it. So anyway, prior to the election, we did a wonderful Meditate the Vote at the Meditation Museum. And one of the things that I'm really proud of is the bookshop at the Meditation Museum. It's amazing. If you're ever in town, you'll get to see how incredible the bookshop looks now. My dear friend Jay Spates, he actually arranged for me to go to the Diwali event at the White House. It was interesting because I really wanted to have a real meeting with the current president of the United States. I haven't met him personally while he's been in power, and I just wanted to go to the Diwali White House, and it's for all the Indian leaders in the area. And so Jay arranged it, and I loved it. And I got to sit right up front and just shared so many good vibrations and good feelings to our current president, President Joe Biden. What a wonderful statesman he is. Completely very respectful, compassionate. Loved his energy. I met the comedian Zarag, so we're going to be keeping in touch there with each other. U.S. Academy. I got an invitation the night before Oprah's visit in Washington for the U.S. Academy. And then I sent a note to her office. I have communications with her office. I heard she's coming to Washington. Please ask her if she can stop at the Meditation Museum. They wrote back and says they don't think so. Her schedule is really tight. And I said, I want to go to this event. Somehow, beautiful woof, friend connects, and then I'm in. I'm going to the U.S. Academy. Whitley Phipps is the head of this incredible work of art with kids, working on really educating and empowering marginalized young boys and girls and making them great leaders. Long story short, I'm there with my friend. I had a feeling she's not going to really look out for me if I really need her to look out for me. So I decided I was going to leave the VIP section where all the sponsors were. I met with Ben Johnson and Ben's Chili Bowl Vivian and so many incredible individuals from D.C. events and other areas. And as I'm walking to go to the theater to have my seat, guess who I bumped right into? Oprah. And I'd bought a little package for her. And I looked at her and I said, "Hi, it's Sister Jenna. Hi, Sister Jenna. How are you?" And I said, "I bought a gift for you." I was able to give the gift. Would you believe my friend who was with me pushed me out of the way to take a selfie with her? I could not believe that woman did that, but she did. I tell you, people are great. Anyway, so let's move on. So just to give you an idea of how the year went, so conversations are now continuing about how I can collaborate with the U.S. Academy and to do more work with them for next year. So we've been back and forth with messages. Our wonderful Congressman Jamie Raskin, fantastic guy, comes by our booth quite regularly when we're there. Hosted Jay Spates and his group of individuals that are learning in his missionary. Lots of visitors came by. Highlight, never thought this would be happening. I would conduct a meditation in the middle of Times Square for International Day for Peace. Yep, I did it on September 21st. I shared the stage with the beautiful Grammy winner, Sonatam Kaur. Oh, I love that woman. She's amazing. And we had a very powerful time in the middle of Times Square. Another highlight was traveling around with Sister Shivani, where I was emceeing many of her shows. So all the way in Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina. You're getting an idea of my year, right? And the year of all the work that's going on with the museum. I don't know if you saw my conversation I had with Ram Prakash. He was a survivor of 9/11. So when he came in at that time, we went to maybe about 20 or so members of Congress to introduce his initiative, 7 billion acts of goodness. And if you don't know about it, I ask you to go online and visit 7 billion acts of goodness and look for Ram Singhal. He's doing incredible work with that. We had a host of visitors coming by. met with Rajnath Singh, the Minister of Defense of Indian Army. I believe Sadhvi ji came to visit us. She lives on the banks of the river Ganga. The meditation on wheels goes out to many of the police departments to offer service and emotional wellness. The highlight of the year is the fashion show in Paris for the African Olympians, where we actually got to do this fashion show showcasing the light within us. So what I did is that I went through the timeline of all religions and their garb, but how their garb was to remind us of the light within ourselves. It was a winner. And the mayor of Saint Denis, they're now looking at how we can continue with it. That's one. But also, we got a call from Saint Denis inviting us back to see what we can do to assist in certain areas like women empowerment. It's been a rich year to see Pharrell Williams pass on the torch, to hold the torch, to be in Paris, to be a part of the Olympics, and to see beautiful sisters modeling for the first time and doing their work. So I can go on and on and on because there was a lot. And again, at the Times Square, we did Earth Day celebrations. I was invited by the Nita Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center in Mumbai for a beautiful tour. And I have to tell you, it was amazing. The moment I arrived, is my picture in this large billboard, and everyone's come out to meet me. And of course, I travel with my entourage, and so we're all there, and we got this beautiful tour of this incredible facility. And now we're in conversation to host an event at the Nita Mukesh Ambani Center. We were supposed to do something this year, but I just didn't have the bandwidth within myself in order to be able to get that done. I even celebrated my birthday there and gave a meditation for the staff and the team. So I'm just going through some of the memories and the meetings, and there's just a few things. And what does it all mean? It's a year of perseverance. It's a year of consistently pushing forward and being of service. It's a year of love for humanity. It's a year of, despite however many doors are closed on you, you always find somewhere that's opened. It was a year of trying new things and always bringing God's light into it. It was a year of loss, but it was also a year of gain. After Sister Gita left us, things changed. It's a big hole. Santosh and I were talking about it today. It's like Baba in the space is sort of not as present as it used to be when she was here. And now I have to really take over her part of bringing God's love into the home 10 times more than she did. And I was just sharing with Santosh, and he said something that had touched my heart. And he said, Sister Gita didn't have to worry about the administration of things. She didn't have to worry about paying for the buildings and the utilities and the projects and the transportation cost and all the things that happen on a regular basis. Something breaks, something has to be fixed, something is broken, and everything nowadays just costs thousands of dollars. Sister Gita never had to worry about any of that. She just was with Baba, and she took care of everyone's soul. And now that she's gone, I have to take over that particular role. And I was sharing with Santosh, I wish that I had that somebody just takes care of all of that, and I would just let Baba just shine through me 1,000,000 times more. But sometimes I have to make sure the lights are on, the cameras are rolling, the bills are paying, or there'll be no meditation museum or no Sister Jenna or Brahma Kumaris here. And so as we're moving through these periods, I think my wish for 2025 is that there are souls who really recognize the depths of our work in our heart, and they just say, I've got you. Whatever you need, we'll get it done for you. It's just something in my spirit that just feels like I want to experience that. And I'm not saying that God hasn't been doing everything. He has done so much. Just think about all the things we accomplished in 1 year, and that's not even 70% of it, But I know Baba did it. But I think for 2025, I would love to feel that incredible amount of support. Definitely health, to be 100% incredibly well. And I want to keep amplifying the incredible fortune I have of good people around me. I think it's the greatest gift to mankind. Really is. So I leave this with you. Keep pushing. Keep offering. Keep being the best that you can be. And may the following year be a year of just you trying new things and not limiting yourself and opening up your heart for newness and change. Smiling more, loving more, laughing more. All these things that matter. Thanks again for everything you've offered to us at the Next Normal. On behalf of all of us here, a very, very happy and auspicious upcoming year. Om Shanti. Take good care.